A very good morning to all of you. Students, this is your topic we left in the previous lecture, importance and scope of chemistry. We skipped this topic. Today we will just do this. So you can see importance and scope of chemistry. What are the importance? So as there are a lot of importance of chemistry in our daily life. So some of are given below. First one is supply of food. As you know, the population is going to increase. Population is increasing, so the need for food is also increasing. Need for food is also increasing. So how chemistry helps us to complete the need of this food? So you can see here it has provided chemical fertilizers such as urea, sodium nitrate, calcium superphosphate, etc. So to increase the yield of fruits, vegetables and crops. So chemical fertilizers increases the yield of these particulars, and it also helps to protect the crops from insects by the use of insecticides, fungicides, pesticides. And third one is the use of preservatives. As you know, preservatives are used to store food, to preserve food for long time, like jam, butter, etc. So in the fourth point you can see it has given method to test the presence of adulterants. Now what do you mean by adulterants? Adulterant here means adulterants which tell us about the different substances present in food in different amounts. So adulterants mean in particular food what are present and in what composition or in what ratio that is present. So this is the first point. Second point is contribution in better health and sanitation. So how can chemistry helps in better health? You can see it has provided many life-saving drugs that are medicines. You can say today dysentery and pneumonia. Dysentery means diarrhea and pneumonia are the curable due to discovery of sulfur drugs and penicillin. If these drugs and this medicine is not found, then we are continue to suffer by these diseases. So you can see likewise epidemics such as cholera, plague, smallpox are now the things of the past. So you can say here cisplatin and taxol, which are used to find effective for cancer patients. AZT, azidothiamidine is used for AIDS victims. So you can say AZT is used for AIDS victims. So there are many more medicines which are used for different purposes in our daily life. And analgesic is a medicine to reduce pain. Antibiotic is used to cure or curb infections and diseases like typhoid and tuberculosis. Tranquilizers are helped to reduce tension, and persons suffering from mental disease. Antiseptics such as Dettol are used to stop infection of wounds. Disinfectants such as phenol are used to kill microorganisms. So a low concentration of chlorine, that is 0.2 to 0.4, is used to sterilize the water. So there are many more medicines which are used for different purpose in our daily life. Third one, discovery of anesthetic. Anesthesia, the anesthetic which used in surgical operations. It makes surgical operations more successful. Anesthetic. And use of insecticides such as DDT, gamexine has reduced the hazard of disease caused by rat, mosquitoes. There are a lot of disease caused by rats, mosquitoes, flies, etc. And these are reduced by the use of DDT and gamexine. These are some insecticide which used to kill these particular type of mosquitoes, flies, or rats, etc. New and more effective medicines are being discovered from time to time. It means if we some years ago, if we are using particular medicine, so now there is a updated medicine we use instead of that particular medicine. For example, you can see quinine. Quinine has replaced by more effective. Quinine is used for malaria. So quinine has replaced by more effective antimalarials such as chloroquine, camoquine, and pyrimequine. So there are much more advanced medicine than the previous ones. And the sixth point is synthetic vitamins and tonics have contributed significantly toward better health. So there are some vitamins made synthetically which used to make our health better. So third point is saving the environment. So saving the environment. Refrigerator like CFC, refrigerators in the previous years or in previous time release CFC that is very dangerous for ozone layer. So now this is replaced by a particular chemical which is very environmental friendly, but the gases CH4, CO2 that are greenhouse gases are still posing a challenge to the chemist. It means they find a solution of CFC, but they didn't find the solution of these particular gases yet. Fourth point, you can see increase in comfort, pleasures and luxury. So you can see by the help of chemistry we come to we may have goods for our disposal which have added to our comfort, pressure and luxuries. Means कि now with the help of chemistry we increases our comforts, pleasure and luxuries. So for example, synthetic fibers, that is clothes. Firstly we use simple cotton, wool, silk, that are natural fibers, but after that chemistry helps to form synthetic fibers such as sterylene, nylon, rayon, which are more comfortable, durable, attractive, and which are easy to wash, quick dry, and do not need any ironing. It means they do not have to be ironed. Building materials, so as steel and cement are the chemical substances. So they helps us to construct a large or safer homes, multi-storied buildings, and large of bridges and dams, etc. Supply of metals like gold, silver, zinc, aluminium, these are and their alloys are also used. So this is also chemistry. Articles of domestic use, the oil, detergents, paper, plastics, paints, varnish, cosmetics, perfume, gas, everything we are using in our domestic life or in our home life, this is all chemistry. Entertainment, cinema, we used to watch movies. So this is also the production of chemistries. You can see the videos, cameras, simple cameras make use of films which are made of celluloid, which is a chemical compound coated with suitable chemicals. Similarly, fireworks we use to enjoy on festivals and marriages, these are also chemical products. Fireworks are also chemical products. So phonograph records used for listening music, these are also made from PVC, polyvinyl chloride. This is also a chemical compound. So there are a lot of utilities or a lot of benefits of chemistry in our daily life. You can see next point, transport and communication. As almost all means of transport, including automobiles, that is scooter, cars, trucks, buses, airplanes, whether it is anything, they use high quality fuels, or they use either petrol or diesel or coal, which are chemical products. Any vehicle we are using that uses petrol or diesel, coals are all are chemical products. Chemistry has also given high quality fuels, which are, you can take the example Apollo. Chemistry has make high quality fuels which helps or which made possible the landing of Apollo on the moon, Viking on the Mars. So a nuclear and atomic energy, you can see in the as you know, petroleum and coal sources are decreasing day by day. So as the world will not want to face any energy crisis. So chemistry has come to rescue this energy by another source of energy, that is nuclear energy. So nuclear energy is a chemical process for the production of the compound uranium. A chemical process for the production of compound uranium hexafluoride made possible the enrichment of U-235, which was used first for making atomic bomb. It means there is a chemical process which produce uranium 235 isotope, which helps or which used to make atomic bomb in the nuclear reactor for the production of electricity. So in this way, nuclear energy can also be applied for digging tunnels, blasting mountains, and in mining as well. So application in industry, chemistry has played an important role. Development in the number of industries, for example, glass, cement industry, paper industry, textile, leather, dyes, paint, etc., etc., etc. It also helps in the greater production of sulfuric acid, nitric acid, different types of acids and bases, which are used by the many industries. Application in war, it is also used in war. Applications of chemistry is also used in war. You can see highly explosive as TNT, trinitrotoluene, nitroglycerin, the dynamites. These are the and the poisonous gases like mustard gas, leucide, phosgene. These are used as a weapon in the war. These are the benefits caused by the chemistry, and there are some problems caused by the chemistry in our daily life. The first one is nuclear energy is useful, but disposal of nuclear waste poses a serious problem on humanity. It means there is no correct way to dispose nuclear waste. Phonograph records have been added to our pleasure to listen to music, but these are made of polyvinyl chloride produced from vinyl chloride, which can cause liver cancer in industrial workers. Antibiotics have eliminated infectious diseases, but their overuse is very harmful. If we use again and again antibiotics, then it will be very harmful for us. Insecticides have increased the food supply, but they also harm birds, fishes, and many useful insects. Use of polythene bags is posing a serious threat to the sewerage system. As you know, polythenes are not biodegradable, so they are making a serious threat. Chemistry has given drugs like LSD, cocaine, brown sugar. These are all using as a negative point, which are proving a curse to the society. So conclusion is that whether the chemistry has many side effects or many problems, but there are a lot of benefits from the chemistry. So it is depend upon the uses of that particular. The left topic we completed. Now the next topic is derived units, as we did in the last lecture 7 basic units. Now derived units. What are derived units? The units of other physical quantities are derived out of those basic physical quantities. From that particular 7 basic units, we derived another units that are known as derived units. For example, area. Area is given by length into breadth, and unit of length is meter, and for breadth is meter. So unit of area is meter square. In this way, you can see volume. Volume is length into breadth into height, that is m into m into m, that is m cube. Density is equal to mass per unit volume. So mass is kilogram, volume is meter cube. So you can say kilogram meter cube, kilogram per meter cube. Velocity, distance upon time. Distance is in meter, so meter per second. Units of velocity is meter per second. And acceleration is change in velocity upon time, that is meter per second per second. It means meter per second square. So units of acceleration is meter per second square. Force is equal to mass into acceleration, m into a. So mass here is used, units of mass is m kilogram, and units of acceleration is meter per second square. So units of force is equal to kilogram meter per second square. So in this way, pressure, pressure is force upon area. So force upon area. So force has units kilogram meter per second square, upon area is also meter square. So you can say we cut the meter by meter. Now it comes to kilogram per meter per second scale. So these are the units. You can also see the table. Some physical quantities are there: potential difference, electrical resistance, conductance, electrical charge, frequency, work, pressure, force, acceleration, velocity, density, volume, and area. And these are the symbols, these are the units, and these are the symbols of units. So you have to read it. Next you can see subsidiary units. So as you know, subsidiary units means we are using the another prefixes with the basic units. You can see here deci prefix, and its symbol is d, is used for multiplying the basic unit with 10 raised to power minus 1. So if you are adding meter is a basic unit. If we are adding d, that is deci, with meter, so you can say it is 10 raised to power minus 1 meter. So in this way there are several units, subsidiary units, which are given below: deci, centi, milli, 10 raised to minus 3, micro 10 raised to power minus 6, nano 10 raised to power minus 9, pico minus 12, femto 15, atto minus 18, zepto minus 21, yocto minus 24. So deca 1, kilo 3, mega 6, giga 9, tera 12, peta 15, exa 18, zeta 21, zota 24. So you can compare zota zocto, minus 24 24, zeta zepto, zeta plus 21, zepto minus 21, exa 18, atto, exa atto, peta 15, femto 15. So tera, from above we cannot compare, so we can compare these 2 or 3. So these are the units you have to learn. Next topic is uncertainty in measurement and significant figures. This we will do in the next lecture. For today this is all. Thank you.